Hey guys, welcome to another quick Churchly tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to be looking at the basics of the Builder. So the Builder is super simple to use. It's a drag and drop feature and functionality. Let's talk about the basics of a page. So a page is built up of blocks. If you'll hover over, you'll see a block, and then a block, and then new content, block, okay, block. So there's blocks, and then inside of each block, there's columns. So you'll see one column here. In this one, you'll see that there are two columns. In this one, you'll see there are two columns. So you can split up a column over here. You can make it 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 or 5. This one's gonna stay at 1. So that's kind of the basics of blocks and columns. The blocks can be edited. You can change the background image. You can change it to just a background color. The image is on top of the background color. So if you see, if I remove the image, we'll get our color. We did a color overlay over that last image. I'm not going to add that one back. Let's just add this logo so you can see what the overlay does. The overlay color, we selected our color and then we dropped the opacity down so you could see the image through, which is pretty cool. You can make the background cover the whole area, which is what we would do. If it's something small, you wanted to have it tile or repeat. If it was a pattern you wanted it to repeat, you could do that. Let's just make it cover the whole area. Center it, so center. You can do center bottom, choose the bottom center. You do top center. You can make it left bottom. All kinds of alignment issues or alignment settings. So we'll just do center, which is your like X, Y, right? So vertical and horizontal. Position. You make it parallax, which means whenever you scroll, the image would appear to move slightly. It's not necessary. It's a slight design feature. If you like that, you can enable that. So that's the block. You can change the sizing of a block. You can make it boxed. The container on the inside of boxed, which means the content will not go all the way to the edge. Or you can do full width, which means the content will move all the way to the edge of your screen, left and right. You can make the container height normal, which means you get to drag these. You see the space is 195 pixels, so you can make this box as big as you wanted to, which means you get to determine the size of this block. Or you can say full height, which means this block is now going to be the full height of your browser window. Okay, so we'll just leave it at this one at normal. Now this block has 2 columns, so if you click on the little purple column button, you can see some settings for that. So we made a background image for the column. We told it to center the image and to cover the whole area, so it fills the whole column. We have then added some margin. So we've made negative margin. That's why it's sticking up into this block above. So if you bring that back down to 0, you can see this column is inside of this block, but we went negative with the margin, which means we moved that up. And it's not something there for function, it's just there for design. We thought it looked cool. You don't have to use that. You can also see there's a shadow and the rounded corners. So that's in the border. Click on border, and so we've got the border radius at like 68. So you can see that changes when we change the number value. It can be square, which is 0, or you can add some curve to it. You can add a border, which you can select your border color, which could be really anything. You can make that real small and subtle, or you can make it big and not so subtle. You can even change the opacity, like we have on other things. I would say let's just leave it solid or none at all. I don't like a border there. We'll leave it off. You can go to shadow, which we have a purple shadow there now. You could change that to your brand color and bring the opacity down because it's pretty orange. We might not want it that bright. It's just an accent color, or you could make it an actual shadow color like a gray, which is kind of cool. So you can offset the horizontal of the shadow. You can do the vertical of the shadow. You can change the blur, make it very blurry or not blurry at all. You can spread it out or bring it in. All sorts of settings for your shadows. You build out these blocks by dragging widgets into them. So that's over here with this plus sign. And you have an entire widget library of heading text, body text, buttons, icons with text, containers, which are just empty blocks, images, menus, search bar, spacers, separators, which are these little lines. You can make them small like this, or you can make them full width and change the colors and the heights of them. You can have image galleries or sliders or social media buttons. You can embed audio players or videos into your page. You can add store items that you've added in your store section. You can add your blog posts to a particular page if you wanted. You can have an embed, which is cool if you've got maybe a feature in Planning Center, like a login in Church Community Builder, and you want to embed that. You could use this embed thing here, and that's kind of like adding code. You can add actual code here too. If you're in Church Community Builder and you have their login widget, you want to add code, you can do that here. You can add a countdown to an event you have coming up maybe. You can add a map or a form, a payment form for maybe registering for kids camp. You could request that people make payments on a particular page and drag this payment form into it. We'll dig into each of these widgets individually in their own videos. And if you're looking for help on one of these, just search our help section. And if you can't find what you're looking for, jump on our chat over here on the Need Some Help section. You can email us, or if we're available for a chat, it'll show up here for chat. And answers to your questions will be located here. And we'd love to help you. If you have any questions, that's kind of just some basics of the builder, how to drag widgets over. You can drag, you see the blue line appears, that's where the widget is going to appear, wherever the blue line appears. So if the blue line appears to the left, it's going to be dropped in to the left. If the line appeared above or below, that's where the widget is going to be placed. You can always change your mind and reposition the widget after you've done that, so that this box needs to be resized. You can resize the box easily by hovering and grabbing that little blue dot. You make that bigger or smaller. You can add space between items by grabbing these little blue lines and adding space. So those are just some of the basics of the builder. I hope that was helpful. If not, jump over to the help section, click on this Need Some Help button. You can email us, or if we're available for chat, that'll show up. You can ask us questions. You can email us. We'll be really, really quick to get back with you. Or you can click on answers and you can search for answers to your questions. And if a video is not there, if a tutorial is not there, again, just email us or chat with us. Love to help you out. Hope you have an awesome day, and we'll see you in the next video.